What's popping, everybody? So what you're about to watch or listen to, depending on the platform you're consuming this on, is the first ever workshop I hosted on becoming a social media influencer. I just want to say a huge thank you for taking the time out of your day to consume this piece of content. It really does mean the world to me. And one final thing before we get onto the actual workshop, if you do know of somebody that this would benefit, or if this would add value to anyone you know, please share it with them. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you, guys.
Time is ticking, it's now or never. I know I gotta make a change, it's for the better. The only way we gon' grow on our own endeavor. We just tryna live our dreams, but they won't let us. I feel the pressure heating up, I'm heating up. The devil let us, painting pictures with all these letters. Instead of feeling pity, I get witty and embrace all my emotion. Step into the booth and I put it into motion.
Basically, my backstory was, I told some of you downstairs, I was like super academic in high school, talking head boy, like all the advanced subjects, everything, like complete and utter nerd, like wanted to go into medicine or law. And then I worked on a cruise ship, worked at a strip bar, worked like a number of different things. Like I did it all. And then I went over to Mumbai, India for my first modeling contract. That took me like 6 years of dieting and training. I literally shot so many free campaigns, so many free things. And then I got my big contract in 2016. Fucked over to India for 6 months, and then I was there for 6 months, and I got back, and now things have just popped. So the things that have kind of been going on in my mind recently is that right now, for anybody who has a smartphone and a Wi-Fi connection, there's absolutely no excuse why you can't make something happen. There's no excuse. Like, the middleman for any industry you want to go into, if you're going to be doing singing, you don't have to get signed to a label now. There's so many platforms. There's Spotify, there's SoundCloud, there's fucking YouTube. Like, all you need is literally just the mobile device and you can do anything. There's no middleman. You don't have to get signed to a record label. If you want to write an article, you don't have to go and sign to a journalist company. You can literally do it all yourself. And so the thing that's kind of been going on in my head over the last few months, and when I was thinking about this talk and after asking you guys what your challenges are and what you give a shit about, your passions, the only thing I can think is like, right now things are the best it's ever been. If we go back 20, 30 years, like when our parents were kids, they could work from 8 a.m. in the morning till 5 p.m. and get home and they couldn't do shit. They could knit socks to sell to their friends, they could bake cookies. Never before in our history, ever, I'm serious about this, never before have we been able to work from 6 p.m. at night until 2 a.m. in the morning. You know?
Sorry to cut you, Matthew.
No.
How do you find like the focus? Like definitely you're into modeling and photoshoot, and you were doing magic before. Like how did you like?
Okay, so for a bit of context of that, Ngubuza and I know one another because we studied at the College of Magic together, which is based out in Lansdowne Road in Claremont. And so I think to answer your question there, it was kind of all the presentation skills, you know, that we learn how to perform and being comfortable to talk in a group like this. Like that I've carried on to the same thing, and when you get into photo shooting, you're shooting in your underwear, you have to kind of be comfortable with that. So for me, that's not, I was able to take that skill and use it. I just didn't want to be known as a magician anymore. If that makes, I didn't want to be like, hey guys, and then like someone's like, hey, show me a card trick. God damn, I'm not,
he does magic tricks.
like I'm not bashing a magician. Like it's a very cool skill, but you gotta know who you are. So when I sent you the first email, the things that I wanted to cover were like, what kind of influencer are you gonna be? And then I want to get deep into how to create your content, how to break it down, which platforms you should be using specifically for your interests, the actual how-to nitty-gritty of it. And I think that it's a great point that you actually made there, is it's so important to know yourself and know like, what do you actually care about? Are you logging onto Instagram, scrolling through, seeing some chick in like a bikini being like on a beach or something, and you're like, man, I wish I was on a beach. Are you seeing that and wanting to be here because you think it's what you want, or are you taking the time to close yourself off and ask yourself, like, what shit matters to me? Like, that's important. That's like really important. And something I do on a regular basis, because I'm always pushing until midnight or 2 a.m. Before I go to sleep, I'll kill off one of my family members in my head. I know that sounds weird. Like, I'll be like, okay, cool, it's my dad's turn to die today. And then you think about someone dying. I know it sounds weird. Like, put yourself in the shoes. You're a little boy. Imagine if he was to, like that puts things into perspective. You're like, what matters in life? Because then the number of followers, what somebody else is doing, none of that shit matters. It's what matters to you. And I think that that's a very important point to do, is ask yourself what is important to you, because that then gives you what kind of influencer you're going to be. That's why when I asked you guys, what are you passionate about? I was serious about it. What do you care about? Do you care about performing? Do you care about philosophy and impacting people's minds? Do you care about motivating people? Do you care about fashion, nature? Like, what shit interests you? Because that's important. That's going to be your main thing. That's going to be what you talk about. That's going to be what influencer you are. Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's super important. And it doesn't come easily. Like, you need to be able to give yourself the time. I'm talking switch off your phone, sit in your room and say, look, if this person was dying, if I'm going to die, what is the stuff I'm going to regret? So to give you an example, my thing, when I did this to myself, and I do this to myself regularly, is I asked myself, like, if I was about to kick the bucket, what would be important? And the only two things that mattered to me, the only two things, was seeing the world with people I care about, my mother, my father, my family, my friends, and helping people helping people discover what the fuck they want to do. Because it's important. Life is long, you get 80, 90 years, but life is also very, very short. And the more time you spend looking at somebody else and saying, oh, I want what they want, that shit fucks with your mind and you don't get what you want in life. And that's so messed up. Like, it scares me. Like, it really, really scares me. Like, you're doing an internship now that you don't care about. Okay, cool, you're finding your feet and stuff. You literally just finished high school. You're like super fresh, but it's a year of your life, you know? I don't want people to be wasting their time. It's like the biggest asset that we all have. So that's kind of where I'm going into it. And just to realize that we have it so damn good. And every one of us have a smartphone. I know that because I contacted you, I got you here on that. And there's literally no excuse why you can't be doing what you want to do. So I think that's enough yappering from my side. That's kind of the overview of where I want to take it. I want to just kind of open it now, and if you guys have any questions at all, just start firing, and I can break down kind of what I have in mind from there. So I don't know if you guys have any cues or anything like that. Good talk, all right. Dope. That was a lot to take in, I know. All right, so I'll get into the way I break down my content, because I think that's a good structure for anybody, whether you're a writer or anything like that. It's a good way to start. I'll do it on this board over here. I hope we can write from this thing.
You did say I can.
Okay, well, that's fine. We
blame him.
we paid for the room, it's fine. Yeah, you can. All right. Yeah. Okay, dope. So, for you guys, I don't know what platforms you're all on currently on social media. What are you on? You're on Instagram? Okay, so we got Instagram.
Facebook.
You're on Facebook? Okay, dope. Anybody on Twitter?
Yeah, but inactive.
Inactive, okay. We'll change that.
Died. Mine died.
Yeah, I just... Really? Did you just not use it enough? Did you say something wrong? Did you do something?
They just suspended me for some reason.
That's so strange.
Someone reported you, they didn't like you.
And then YouTube's also a big one. Alright. So the way I approach all the content I put out, whether it's a video or podcast, oh fuck man, that's another one. SoundCloud is massive. SoundCloud is huge. And then you get SoundCloud, but also if you look at Spotify and stuff like that is also massive. That's kind of like the collection of all the different sound ones. So the way I approach my content, for example, we're filming this right now.
Yeah.
So what I will then do, and this is how I break down all my content. So what you'll have is your long form piece of content, right? Yeah. This is gonna be a 45-minute video, thereabouts, right? I take that 45-minute piece of video, right? And I'm gonna put this onto my main pillar platforms. So it will go from there, it will go onto Facebook, and it will go onto YouTube.
And as it is, do you edit it?
Yeah, of course I'll cut out any silly stuff, or if there's some audio, or when we were moving or something like that, I'll cut that out. Yeah. But I keep it as long as it is.
Who does the editing for you?
Myself. But I am hoping to move to the point where I get someone to edit it for me. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. It's so important when you know what the shit is that you want to do. Mm-hmm. Like for example, I didn't get the chance to ask you what your passions and your challenges were because it was so last minute.
Still trying to figure it out.
Okay, that's fine. This is my one. I think so.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's say your passion is performance, right?
Performance, yeah.
If that's what you're good at and that's what you love doing, why are you spending any time on anything else? Do you know what I mean? It started to click to me. I only care about talking to people and traveling. I don't give a shit about editing. I hate it. It uses so much time. I hate it. I don't care. I don't wake up and go, I want to sit in front of a laptop. No, I'm serious. I don't. I hate it. And so the point is, I'm moving to the point that I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm keeping I'll make this point now as well. I keep my costs as low as possible on a monthly basis. You can hold me to this. I'm never partying. I'm never out jawling. I'm never drinking or spending money on excessive shit. Like, if you want to do it, I'm not bashing you. I'm just going to say that your career and your business is going to move slower than it could. Because any cent that you invest in something else other than your personal brand, than what you care about, is going to slow you down. And go for it. I mean, you want a fancy watch? Bling bling it up. But like, it will slow you down. You just got to toss up, is the watch important to you because you love watches and the mechanics of watches?
Prioritize.
Yeah, and it's just
what is
like
most important to you, and then work on that. Yeah.
100%. It breaks down like when it's about messing with yourself mentally and saying, are you gonna die? You don't care about what's on your watch. You care about, did I impact people? Did I design that garment that I wanted to? Did I fly to Milan and work for Versace? You know, like that shit matters. So like asking yourself, that's important. So basically I put the long pieces of content out on Facebook and YouTube. So this was a performance of you singing, for example. Put them out, right? Then what you need to do is be extremely receptive to what your audience is saying. So if you guys comment on my Facebook or you comment on my Instagram and you say like, hey Matt, at 3 minutes, that really impacted me.
Yeah.
Which some people do on my vlogs. Then what I'll do is I'll take either from Facebook or YouTube and I'll cut a smaller piece of content. So if it's for, I'll also put this onto IGTV. Big one. IGTV is popping, so big. That being said, if it's 45 minutes, I can't go onto IGTV because IGTV has a 10-minute cap. You can't go longer than that. You okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm just laughing.
Take what?
No, I'm just laughing at something.
Okay. Why? What's funny?
Let's go.
Okay. So yeah, onto IGTV. Then you cut it down into a smaller piece of content for Instagram itself, which can be 1 minute long.
Yeah.
And then what you'll do is you'll take the best moment from there. So let's say someone was like, I really like it at 3 minutes, and then I know in that 1 minute clip that there's a powerful 15 seconds for there. You cut that further down into little 15 seconds clips. So that's 15, shit man, I think it looks like a dog's breakfast. 15-second clips, and these two go onto Twitter. It breaks it down like that. So that's basically the way I will take all my content. Another nice thing, if you're doing anything sound-based, if you're doing something talking, you can also take this and pop this onto SoundCloud as a podcast. Everything is moving towards audio because it's faster. You're driving to work, you're going running on the treadmill, and you want to gain knowledge or you want to listen to your favorite rapper, you download the song, you pop it in your ears. It's just faster, it's where it's moving. So that's kind of the way I break down my content, and then I just do it, and then it's rinse and repeat. But the most important part from these different steps, from these different tiers, is being like listening to your audience. You know, if somebody says this point really stood out to me, or I really care about that, then that's telling you what your smaller content needs to be, because that's what matters. They've told you, oh, I really like that, or that's impactful, or something like that. So I think what would be valuable is if we kind of like go around and we talk about your passion and then how you could create your own content, because that's why you guys are here. You can listen to my stuff. All this stuff's up on YouTube and Facebook and all the platforms. You can listen to me rant. I want to like physically help. Does that make sense? So who wants to start?
I just have a question around this. So from Facebook,
Yes.
do you feel like is it a different audience when it comes to other platforms like your Facebook? Because what I've noticed is that like if you're uploading a video via Instagram, you have an option whereby you can say also share on Facebook.
Okay, good point.
It's a different, but if you load it straight to Facebook, you get more likes than when you load it via Instagram. Have you noticed that?
It's a very, very good point. All your platforms you have to post natively. So what I mean by that is if you've got, and you guys will see this if you're like super acute into the content I post, the image and the wording I use on Instagram will be different to the image and wording I use on Facebook, because I know that Facebook it's friends and family. You want to share stuff. Hey mom, look at this. Oh granny, look at this cat licking a dog. Look at, it's more, it's familiar and it's you love it. It's true. It's so true. And then IG is all about, it's fast. It's what can grab your attention quickly. So the captions are usually shorter unless it's something that really matters to me and I want to give more, then that's important. And then for Twitter, the same applies. Twitter's like a whole bunch of friends sitting around and it's like gossip. That's kind of the way you need to approach Twitter. It's banter, it's backwards and forwards. That's Twitter's your water cooler. It's wait, you know what that guy did? That's what Twitter is. But it's important. That's also the thing that I'm going to say is if you want to be a social media influencer, you can have your favorite platform, but you gotta realize what your favorite is doesn't fucking matter. That's the reason why I put out content on 5 different platforms.
Yeah.
I love Instagram. Instagram's, I would just marry Instagram. Instagram is amazing. But I put out on Twitter. I don't like Twitter. It doesn't feel natural to me. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I put out onto YouTube. It's so much extra work. I put out onto Facebook. All my content goes up. Because the thing is, and like you said, the audience is different on Facebook. I know mommies and daddies are going to be looking there. And I want mommies and daddies to watch my content, so I put it out on Facebook. So you can't say, I don't like Twitter. You can, but you're going to slow yourself down. You know what I mean? So it's about, it's not about you, it's about your audience.
Yeah, I get you. In order to reach like a broader spectrum of people, you're going to want to do it in all of them. And if I think of this in terms of like, say, your longer content that you place on YouTube and Facebook and IGTV, right? That's like the actual show. And then for IG story and your IG and Twitter, whatever, those are like advertisements pushing you towards the story.
It's 100.
So it's like, you know, like you're like branching out, but like in fragmenting it at the same time.
Do you guys know how sausages are made?
Yes, sadly.
You know? No. I'm going to make this point. Like, if you look at like a sausage, so you get your long piece of, okay, this is going to look like a willy, but I'm not meaning it to look like a willy. Right? You get your that looks so horrific. You get your long piece, right? That's your long sausage. And then what happens is it gets squeezed and cut off. And then you get your different bangers. It's the same thing that goes for your content, is you want to have your long form for people who are going to ingest it, and then you drive. It's exactly that. You're just driving people back to the long form. So that it's like a taste. It's like you're flirting with someone.
But
it's like,
even though,
and then you're like, you take them out on a date, and then you, then marry them and stuff. That's kind of the idea.
I like that. What was I saying? Even though you're pushing them towards the long form content, they still, even if they're just watching the small little inserts of it, or like the advertisements of the long form, they're still going to follow that, because they might just want to see that as well. So that way you're still gaining views.
Traction,
You know?
It's exactly that. And it's also to, once again, to respect your content. Like, understand when you're logging onto a platform, it also comes to the point of like understanding your audience and doing things for the people, not for yourself, not what feels good for you, is that somebody who's logging onto Instagram is quickly checking down the toilet or whatever the hell they're doing. And your YouTube and your Facebook, probably somebody who's going to be kicking back for the night. They're ready to sit down and watch for a little bit. Twitter, they, stupid, or whatever the heck, they want to go and rant quickly. So when you log onto those platforms, when you're posting, when you're interacting on those platforms, have that in your mind. It changes the game. Like, it changes the game, like completely. Because you got to understand the mentality of someone, you know?
Yeah, you know what I love about you though, is that you're so engaged with like everyone, like all of your followers. Every comment, you literally reply to every comment.
100%. You have to.
Yeah, I know, but like that's what really stood out to me about you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But do you have like a day whereby you say, okay, maybe it's a Sunday, I'm going to plan my week now. On Monday at this certain time, let me post this on Facebook. Is there a certain thing that maybe a system that gets set up?
To tell you, I really wish there was.
Because sometimes it takes me like 30 minutes like to think about one statement. I say, what am I gonna say?
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
I think that comes down to the point of you trying to be too perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna call you out on this immediately. Like, I think you're trying to be perfect, and you're not, and I'm not, and you're not. None of us are. And the thing is, your status, your picture, your song, your philosophical thoughts on something, all that shit is subjective.
It's a depiction of you, not you, basically.
That, and you also don't know what the audience is going to say.
Exactly.
So spending 30 minutes wondering what you're going to post, what feels good, what feels right, you know, what instinctively feels like. I don't second guess when I vlog. I pick up my damn phone and I say, you know, I'm tired of this shit, guys. Please go hustle. I don't think, is somebody gonna get offended? That's my truth. That's what I feels right.
Yeah.
So post it, get it out as quickly as you can, and then see which audience is, and then move on as quickly as possible. So if you're gonna post, like, to give you an example, on Instagram, I know if I post a picture with my face in it, it's gonna do better. Like, it sounds cocky, but it's the truth. But I also know that when I'm traveling to a different location, that I wanna show where I am, the place, what it looks like, that sort of stuff. So I take the knock of likes and following and all that crap, which doesn't, to build context. You know what I mean? But the quickest thing is, look, you don't know if your audience is gonna like it until you post it. So just put it out as quickly as you can. And to go further into what you were saying about, do I have a structure? I don't. All I know is that I put out a daily vlog, right? And I will post on all the social media platforms every single day. And if you're worried about how you're gonna get content, like I don't know if that's you got a little baby now, you know, you gotta work, you gotta put stuff over your head. If you've got your Saturday, this is such an important point. I actually made this when I called a follower of mine the other time. Take your Saturday or Sunday, shoot your long form piece of content, or if you're doing pictures, if you want to go into fashion and you want to go do a shoot on a beach or wherever you want to do it, shoot 7 or 8 pieces of content, shoot it all in one day. Nobody has to know.
Sure.
Shoot it all, and then on Sunday, don't go drink a beer with the boykies, don't watch a series, like sit there and plan on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm posting these things. Then you're sorted for the week. There's literally, that's why I started by saying there's no excuse not to. There isn't. And if you're gonna put your long performance on, or you're gonna put like your long article that you've written on something that you're thinking about, and people respond and say, oh, I really like that point that you made in that verse or in that paragraph, then you can use the next week and then you can go and break it out. You can sausage it. So I think just stop worrying about being perfect. Put it out and adapt. Very, very quick. Like it's super important because everybody is trading for attention. I want your guys' eyeballs watching my content all the time.
If I can make an analogy, right?
Yeah.
So you see how everyone's chasing money, right? Ironically, when you chase money, you make less money. If you chase your passion, you make so much more money without even trying. So instead of trying to chase the views or the content, or like you said, trying to be perfect, screw all of that. Just be yourself. Honestly, you're really like your truth selves. And if you want to put it into a perspective that's gonna kind of sound shallow, but it's still true, just pretend your life is a movie.
I think that's yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna tap on that. Like, do you have a different character that you put out there, or do you be yourself?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what important.
Be yourself gets more.
So much.
Yeah.
more
It's
things
real.
than
It's
actually
relatable. It's
actually being something
People
else.
can.
I think that's a good point though as well, because being yourself is scary as shit. Dude, it's really scary. It's really scary. Like, I don't know guys if you watch my daily vlogs or something like that, but when I got back from Mumbai, India, I'm crashing on a sleeper couch. You guys know what a sleeper couch is?
Yes.
You know the one that you pull out?
Yeah.
I've been in Cape Town for 2 years, sleeping on a fucking sleeper couch, because I'd rather take the money that I make and invest into growing my audience and being. It's a small analogy, and I'll include it in my vlogs. I literally wake up, I put on my fucking hoodie, and I say, hey, I've just rolled out of bed, and I go immediately, and I'm hitting my goals every fucking day, bam, 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 because that's what's important. Like, that's not, I don't want my high school friends who are fucking working jobs making 20, 30,000 to know that I'm sleeping on a damn sleeper couch. But if you put it out there, who can hold that against you? Nobody can say, oh, you were fake.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't, you know, that's why I put it out there. That's why 1 a.m. in the morning, I'm like, fuck, I'm so tired. I'm gonna go to bed. You know, like nobody can say, oh, you were drawling, and then I say, oh yeah, I'm hustling every day. And you get people like that. They go and, oh, I hustle grind, and then they kick back and they tell me like, that's not, you're not hustling, you're fake, bitch. Like, move out. No, I'm serious. It pisses me off that people say that they're working when they're not. Be true. This is where I came from. This is who I am, and nobody can hold shit on you because you're honest from the.
Be
so
unapologetic. That's
just be yourself.
That's your fucking superpower, and nobody else is.
Yeah. Like literally just and be open about the stuff that matters. Like I don't know, in my daily vlogs I've got a whiteboard there and I've got how much debt I've written. It says like 16,000 rand debt. So nobody can say, oh, why are you not spending your money on there? Or you bought, like, it's, if you literally lay everything out, nobody has leverage over you. That is what it is. Well, they can't do, you've said it from the start, you know? It's very different when you have someone who's like, oh, I'm hustling, da-da-da-da-da. Plenty of people in the fashion industry, you'll find this when you get into it. Like, there was one designer I know, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was always like, oh, I'm working so hard, and he takes selfies of himself with like a beard, because he's like, but it's still trimmed and shit. He's like, oh, I'm working so hard, and then I found out later, he doesn't even make his clothes, he's got a workshop that does it. And you know how, I was like, no, I don't want to support you, you lied to me. And this is the point of like being too perfect, is if you show people your flaws, they invested in you. Come on, man, you can win, you can do this, I believe in you. And that's the shit. How did I sell 6 tickets? without spending a single cent to a workshop. Okay, unfortunately, and I'll make the point for the video, unfortunately Raisa and her partner couldn't come today. They cancelled out, but all tickets were sold. All a room of 6 with no money spent. Literally just from leveraging micro fame, by being honest. Do you know how powerful that is? You can get people to read your articles, you can get people to buy your garments, you know? Like, you can inspire and motivate people. I know that's your passion. And people to go to your concerts. And it's free. People bitch and moan and they complain, social media, like it's the greatest gift that you have. It costs you nothing. 10 years ago,
So
go for it.
When it comes to like, there's an option of like paying when it comes to Facebook.
Yes, you're talking about your adverts.
Yeah, adverts. Like
Yeah.
you advertising maybe a concert,
Yes.
this coming concert in December.
Yes.
So what are the benefits? Like when you pay, is there like, can you like?
Yes. Okay, so one thing I would also say is, I would start leveraging, you guys need to get onto every single platform.
Everyone. Yeah.
So like, you see, that's why if you guys can shout your ideas of what you wanted to do, it makes it a lot easier. So, for example, you've got your concert.
Yeah, in December. Yeah, I want to sell that.
The main thing I would do, I'll get into this super quick because we're halfway through already.
Sure.
What I would do, I would post a long form video of you performing. Boom. Facebook, YouTube, IGTV if you can.
Every day.
No, post your long one first.
Okay,
The same structure I talked about earlier, right?
Yeah.
Then what I would do is create a Facebook event, the same way I did, for your work, for your performance. When you are promoting something, nobody likes saying, "Hey guys, go buy my sticker packs. Hey guys, go buy my sticker packs. Hey, Nukubuzu, buy my sticker packs." Have you bought my sticker packs? You're eventually like, "Oh dude, like go away, you're annoying me." It's very different if you say, and this you'll see this, you guys can hold me to it. This is why I film everything. I'm putting all my stuff out on. I will never say go buy this. The only time I give so much for free. I put out all my content. Do this. This is gonna help you. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. It's gonna add value. Add value. Add value. Add value. Same with you. This is my performance. This is my performance. This is my performance. You adding value is the entertainment of you singing. Remember that? Mine is motivational. Mine is, hey, look at this cool place. Hey, look at this hat. Hey, that's my value. So you need to give as much value as you can every single day. Every single day, and then every now and then you ask. You don't tell people. You don't say go buy. You say, hey, look, I have this on offer. And don't expect them to do it. When I started this, I was scared shitless I'd have no one here. But I asked, I said, hey, I've got this workshop. If you'd like to come, DM me. If you'd like to come, leave your email address. I will get into contact. I'm doing all the hard work, all the heavy lifting. Same thing with you. I do a Facebook group. Every 3rd or 4th day, say, if you'd like to get a ticket, send me a message. Or WhatsApp or whatever, the format of how you do it doesn't matter. Get into contact with me and you sell your tickets. But give, ask. And don't expect. It's as soon as you expect something you've lost, because you're going to be disappointed when people don't buy your shit or come to your event. Okay, so that's the way I would do it. And I get big onto Instagram. I'd start pushing Instagram stories, little snippets, like as much as I think it's important to share about your personal life and stuff. Are you posting it because it makes you feel good or because it's adding value to somebody else? Why are you doing it? Everything you do, is it giving to your audience or is it for you? Big difference. Big difference, honestly. And I would do that. I would do it 7 days a week, 365 days a year, if it's what you give a shit of, if it's your passion. That's why I started by saying, what do you care about? Have you taken the time to think, is this what you want to do till you die? Like, if I could do this, if I could fly around the world and talk to people and help until I'm 92, and I die, I'd be happy. I'm happy. It's important. I hope that answers. So I'd start a Facebook group, drive traffic to it, and then spend as many hours as you can answering people's questions, give them extra value, and then slowly but surely selling tickets. Plus, it's only in December. You've got plenty of time to book it out. How big's the venue?
It's a tier, I think it's a 500 seat.
Oh shit, that's big to fall.
500,
Okay.
yeah.
But you
But
got
we
four
already
you guys
got
in
in
the
Khadija.
group.
Khadija says if it was a 900 seat, at least we got about
You see,
500
it's
people.
small fry for you. I'm here like struggling to fill a 6-seater, bro. Shit. Oh, sorry, more my caps in your way. So yeah, that's how I would do it. And I would get onto every platform, like, just don't overthink it.
Just
Every day,
yeah.
every single day.
That consistency is important. That consistency.
Super important.
Repetition is powerful.
Because remember, it's you against everybody. When you pick up this device, people make a choice. Do I want to look at Claudine's stuff? Do I want to look at Matt Ross's stuff? Do do I want to look at that guy with a man bun? But like, you know what I mean? Like, do I want to look at his stuff? Do I want to look at Hunter's the beer? Do I want to look at Sprite? It's all 24 hours of people's eyes that you are trying to fight for. And so the more you post, the more you give, the bigger you become, the more value you have. Because that's what it is. It's not me competing against you, it's me competing against the world. And as much as social media is great because it costs nothing to do it, it's more competitive because it's literally you against every single person. Which is why this matters to me. You guys have given 2 hours of your fucking life. You're going to die and you gave me 2 hours. Do you know how impactful that is to me? Like I wanna add value. Like no, 2 hours of your life. You could be at home with your kid. You could be like fucking drawing with your friends, but you took time to try and build your career, and that shit matters to me. Like approach it like that. That's what I would do.
Is there a certain time, like there was an article whereby they was saying that before, like around 12 p.m.
Okay,
is the right time
that's
for
a
Facebook
good question.
post?
Time.
Posting times,
Yeah.
Is there-
So if you guys log onto Instagram super quickly,
Sure.
It's often at night though.
Is it nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's often at
Towards
night.
the end, like end of work, just got
Yeah,
home,
like
kind of. I'm
like
gonna
from
chill on my
like
phone
6,
after
7
eating.
o'clock.
6 to
Yeah.
9.
In the
Yeah.
morning, I'm thinking about like people are stuck in the traffic. Maybe those who are using bus, like they could be on their phones.
That's why you need to do sound.
Mm.
That's why you need to do audio. Because maybe you don't have Wi-Fi connection when you're on the bus, but you can download the stuff later. You can go home, when you got Wi-Fi, download your song, you can download your podcast, you can download your motivational message or what. Like, you could literally record a 30-minute message. Yo guys, go fucking tackle the day, da 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 da, whatever your vibe is. People download it, pop you in the ears, they're giving you 30 minutes of their time on the bus. It's important. Okay, so if you log on to IG, alright, everyone on there? You guys all got the Wi-Fi, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, dope. So you know where to find that. You go to your profile, it hits on the side over there, and then you go into Insights, the top one. And there's a load of things. The audience category is the most important. You can also see your split of like male to female. If you have you guys all have a business account.
No.
Okay, that's...
No, you have.
I do. I put it unless it's easier to make.
Okay, immediately, I'm gonna tell you this. This is actually so fucking I'm so happy that you guys don't have it. Everybody needs to, who's here, and actually, if you actually want to be a social media influencer, if you want to have influence online, you need to get a Facebook business page. What I mean by that is a public page.
Yeah.
And you need to link that to your Instagram. Immediately. Like, Facebook is a standard. And whether you're going to put yourself as a singer, public figure is a nice open one. Because you don't have to put yourself in a box yet.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to choose writer and then later you want to make a YouTube video like it as a public figure and link the two. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, there's a waste of time. Just go to Google and how to get a public figure page. Make a note of that and do that. Like, it's super important. But to answer your question, also don't get bogged down about what time to post or like, just post. It's that, like, I know specifically 6 p.m. is good for me, so I try and post at 5:50, 10 minutes before. But if I got shit going on, I'll post at 11 like I did last night. Just get the content out. You know, if your content's good, people are going to interact with it and it will trend higher. You wanna ask something? Okay.
Insights, can you go to Insights here on the
Yeah, you've got the personal
You-
account,
what
so it's not
else-
gonna show you
when you-
it's gonna show you activity.
Yeah.
When you get
This
your...
business one, they have a contents one.
Nah, okay, you see, you gotta link it. Yeah, follow this one. You gotta link this to, you gotta get a public page. Oh, here we go,
Yeah.
Insights.
Okay.
So then, you guys can all actually come have a look at this here. If you go to, once you've linked your thing, you click on audience, activity content, and then you can scroll down here. You can see, okay, so there's more men following you than women. And you can see, okay, on Saturday today, you should be posting at 3 p.m. So you should post at 2:50. And then on that point, whether you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, once you've posted, stay online for like an hour. I'm not saying sit in front of your phone, you can do something else, but when you see notifications coming in, you see people commenting, comment straight away back. And not something like a fucking thumbs up. If you were to say something nice to me, hey, nice hat, I'm not gonna go and then like leave.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks man, I really appreciate that. Why, when you're on social media, must you be personal? You know? That's something that I don't know, I would put that at like a high level of my success online, is being real.
Just a comment, I also like the way like you structure your emails, you know, like
It's like I'm talking to you
Like
because I'm
you're
talking to
talking-
you. Like why do people like? I don't understand that.
Professionally male, like okay, sure, Betty.
I just like makes
Powerful,
sense.
man, yeah.
You know, like.
Now tell me, Matthew, I have a weak point when it comes to writing. I don't love writing. So what?
So
can
then don't
you
do it.
suggest? Yeah.
Don't do it. What do you like doing? Do you like being on camera?
Yeah, I can.
So then what you do is you pick up your phone. You go like this, selfie mode. What's popping, everyone? My name's Luca Buzo. I've got this concert coming up. I would love if you can attend. These are the details. If I can add value to you in any way, if I can answer any of your questions, just let me know. Boom, send it. Rowan, I thought you'd like to see this. It's real, bro. It's real.
I'm here.
Bro, 100%. 100%. It's about being perfect. Like if you've got if you don't want to be seen in front of the camera, like hey, I get it, and you want to write your shit, and then share it on Twitter, and then screenshot your Twitter account and share that on Instagram, and share that on Facebook. You know, take that screenshot, put it there. Hey, I thought you might enjoy this. I thought this is relevant. Focus on your strengths.
Going back to the board, man.
Yeah.
I know there are some
Basically,
platforms. There are some platforms whereby, like maybe SoundCloud, you don't have to post every day.
No. No,
So
you can do.
how do you like? Is there kind of like a structure or something that you use that you have?
Well, if for example, for one of your songs, right, or if you've got a video that you've taken just the audio from, like this, I'll take just the audio of us all talking and I'll put it onto SoundCloud as a podcast. Then I would use your smaller pieces of content that you made, your 1 minute videos on Instagram, your 2 minute video on Facebook, I think you can get 160 seconds on Twitter is the longest your video can. And then I'd say, at the bottom I'd say, PS, I've got the podcast if you'd like to listen to the full one, link below, and then that goes back to SoundCloud. So you're using your daily content once again, like Omar said, to bring it back to your top one. That's what I would say. And don't get bogged down with as long as you're doing something every single day, that's all that matters. 1 over 0 is my policy.
Yeah.
It's always better to do something over nothing.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I've gymmed for 703 days in a row. I haven't missed a single day. Ever. Every single day. No, man, thanks, I appreciate that. It's like, for me, it's about every single day I have to train.
Yeah.
And like people can hold me accountable. It's in every daily vlog, every Instagram story. Just do every day something. Does anyone, you guys are so quiet, I want to add value. How can I help?
Oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. This happens a lot. I see a butterfly and I'm gone.
Yeah, something sparking inside. Yeah.
I don't want to be the only one like that. Please talk, guys.
Claudine, you said your biggest challenges were self-doubt, I think you said were? Like judging yourself too harshly, if I'm not mistaken? I'm on a bit of a coffee buzz. Right now, so. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think it also leads back to what we were saying now is like, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't overthink it. Do you know what I mean?
Teacher check. Look at yourself in a mirror for like a minute, like straight in your eye.
I don't look at myself often in the mirror.
That's all. You do it seriously. It changes your life. I promise.
Not for the better.
No, really it does.
Okay.
Honestly.
Yeah, even as much as cheesy as it sounds, just think you can be better and it helps.
Yeah.
And if you not think you're perfect, but think you're the best that you can be and you can always do better, it helps. Even though it's cheesy as it sounds.
You're
It
honestly
works.
your worst enemy.
You were wanting to write a blog, if I'm not mistaken, is what you
Yes.
said. Okay, and you tried it 3 times?
Yes.
Okay, what, do you still have it? What happened with that? Let's talk through that. You
I
still
still
have
have it.
Okay.
All 3 accounts.
Okay.
But I'm not active on it anymore.
Where was your blog? Was it a website or
WordPress.
a WordPress? Okay, so a website. How often were you posting? And what were you posting about?
Also like philosophy, perception kind of things, but
Okay.
not like as often.
Okay.
It's like
It's a meaty subject to break into as well, so I can imagine.
and it's like the audience is not that big on WordPress. Then on like if it's audio and that kind of thing, it's easier to get people to.
True, but you can also have that as like, so let's throw in, you've got your Facebook, you can also have your website here. Nothing's stopping you from putting it up on there. And then like, I don't know if you want to, you photograph very nicely, like the images you take, you're not camera shy, or it doesn't seem that way. So maybe you can say, for example, that you went somewhere in nature, for example, a field, like your beautiful shot where you're in the field, and it instigated something in your mind and you wanted to write a piece about it. So you take your photo, you post that out to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. and you say, I was in this field, it stimulated this thought in my mind. If you'd like to read the article, the link is in my bio for Instagram, and drive the traffic back to your website. And ensure that you can have a commenting section on your WordPress. Activate that then. If you don't know how to do it, just Google it, it's very easy. And then anybody who comments, you engage with them. And let's say somebody said something very valuable in a comment to you. They're like, holy shit, I never thought of it that way, thank you so much for sharing this. You screen grab that, you post that back onto your Twitter, and you say, really, really grateful to have you guys reading. You take that and you post that onto your IG stories. Really, really grateful to have you guys reading. People then like, what did they read? They message you, they DM you, boom, straight back to your website. So do what feels, if you want to write, fucking write your heart out. Because it doesn't want to write, so he doesn't have to, you know? And I think that like, focusing on your strengths and building up yourself to a point that you can financially be sorted. Okay, it's different, I mean, like he's still in high school and you're just getting out of it, like just getting out of it. But if you can cover yourself and then keep your costs as low as possible and you can get someone else to do the things that you're not good at, it's going to change things. Like, then you can spend all your time on what you're good at. Why waste a second of your life doing something you don't want to?
When you do what you're loving and
Yeah.
work a day in your life.
I think that's 100% that. So like, if you've got those 3 ones, choose one and just start writing. Even if you can write one a week, start with that. Or if you have a thought, you need to get onto Twitter. If you're a writer, like Twitter's your thing. You know, Facebook, hell man, I've seen people go crazy about good statuses. You know, add an image in and boom, it's gonna pop.
Yeah.
And then don't worry about the likes or the. I started on Instagram so long ago, and I committed. I'm like, if somebody's giving me 30 seconds to write a comment, I'm giving them a minute back. I overinvest on everyone. That's why people comment nice photo, and I write a fucking paragraph because I care about them. You know, I care about your attention. And do the same thing for your WordPress. You know, and if you're struggling to find, like, I don't have time to go and shoot, you're doing a full-time internship, like I said, screen grab, or you say, this paragraph, this point was really, really important to me. I want you guys to see this. I think it will add value to you. And you can choose that, or you can listen to what your audience said and take it from there. Okay, I think just get started and stop. Like, a perfect example, I had a chick in Durban, she's studying law. Proper, like, conservative family, she DM'd me, she's like, I've been wanting to create this website where I inspire young girls to be fashionable, but without spending too much money. But I can't do it because I don't have the time. No, it wasn't even that she doesn't have the money to shoot content. And I'm like, your content is about how to do something with nothing, and you're complaining because you don't have money. It's completely contradictory.
Yeah.
Tell your story. You know, tell your story and just do that. Like, it's all excuses, like, and not feeling good enough and stuff like that. Like, you might be the best fucking writer there is, but you are being selfish by not putting your content out because you're worried what people think. Like, I'm being almost hard on you, but like, how do you know what you have to say doesn't have value? The only way you can find it out is put the stuff out. Like, don't be mean to people. Give them your what you have to add. You know, make it not about you being like, I'm putting this out because I think it's gonna help you. That changes it. Then you want to write. You're like, shit, I can help 5 people. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Like, I can help little Johnny who's struggling with this problem. That's amazing. Like, don't make it not about you, and then the stuff starts flowing easier. You know, because then you're not worried about what are people gonna think about me. It's how can I help? How can I help? How can I help with the things that you care about?
If I can add on to that, like, there's something that not a lot of people know about me is that I write poetry every now and then if I'm inspired.
Nice.
But I have it like on a website that I never like put out there. Like, it's just there. So if anyone comes across it, they come across it, they don't. Because like, for me, that was like my whole truth, nothing but the truth. Like, it was me completely stripped of all inhibition.
I love it.
The only thing that really disguised what I was saying was metaphors, so it was a little scary. And then at one point I got like this one comment where, you know, because poetry is like, you can interpret it in your own way.
Yeah,
It was a comment, but like, it was really, really like, I really liked her comment. She really identified with it. And then that was when I was like, okay, so it can actually help people that's probably going through something similar, so it could help them in a way where they identify with the poem.
Yeah.
So then I started connecting it to my IG. And then I have like this little highlights to me where my writing is, So I was going to do like a whole transition of my IG page into that.
Yeah. And guys, remember, we are, right now it's super good, right? You remember when Instagram just started and these guys were blowing up? 1.5, 2 million, blah, 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 blah. We're quite, I mean, social media is still early in the long, like in the next 80 years, it's still going to be a much bigger game.
Yeah.
But we're quite long into it now. And before the algorithms change, before things change again, it's still really good. Stop guessing if your content is good. The time is going to run out. And naturally, do you guys know what organic reach is?
Yeah.
So it's like when you post something, how many people just naturally see it without promoting it on Facebook or paying for an advertisement. When you post, how many people just see it? When Instagram started, if you posted now, your picture was the first. Algorithm changed, now your picture is only seen by if people interact with your content, which is why I keep giving back so much. Because I know that if I interact with Omar 7 times, Omar's more likely to see my content.
And they start you will appear first.
So you see what I mean? But that's going to change, and soon it's not going to be 10% of your audience, it's going to be 1%.
Yeah.
So stop doubting and get a bloody move on, because it's going to change soon, and you're going to kick yourself in the ass for not having posted when you got 10% organic reach, and now you're fighting just to get 1%.
Yeah.
So if you want to do poetry, put it out. Like, so what if it messes with the layout of your feed? I've got black and white image, and I'm an aesthetic guy. Like, I love fashion, I love looking good, I love everything looking neat. All my images are edited in a similar aesthetic, but I still put out more content than 99% of people in Cape Town. I think like the only person who puts out more is like Nadia Jafta.
Yeah.
She's a beast. Like she's just next level. So like, and if you're flirting, it's like, bring it back to a dating analogy. There's 3 boys you're interested in. You like this one because he's got big pecs. You like that one because he's got nice shoes. You like that one. and you like that one because he's wealthy, whatever the hell. And you want to flirt with all of them. You got different ideas. You know, you want to maybe write. You want to maybe do video. You want to maybe, I don't know, work in a nursing home. Do it all. You've got so much time to do it. You're 19, 20 years old. You're so young. You know, like, there's nothing wrong with flirting with a few ideas. Maybe you want to do inspiring people, and one day you want to pick up your phone and say, hey, I see this in your Instagram stories as well. Hope you guys have an amazing day. I wish you would post that shit on your timeline, because it's impactful. Maybe you want to do, hey, look, another side of me, I'm really deep and emotional, and I care about this shit. This is the poem I wrote about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, do it all. Flirt with all of it. I'm lucky that I know that there's only 2 things I care about, because I've taken the time to find that out. Do it all. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Like, it's a complete game changer. Mr. Caleb, we need to give something to you. You've been very quiet, and I want to add value. You wanted to go into fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem is always getting the shoot right time.
Getting
the shoot done at a good time, if that makes sense. That's not necessarily only challenge, but
Do you mean like physically shooting it, or like a location? Or?
Physically, and also the location. Because there are times when I'm literally, and I've been even with friends and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Everything's perfect, it's literally just the wrong time.
Meaning for lighting, or does it feel right?
Both. Like, you know, when there's like hundreds or thousands of people there, and you can't do it literally because otherwise you literally blocked off the shot, you understand?
Okay, so coming from someone who shoots a ton in a lot of public places, are you valuing what other people think of you, or other people being in your shot, or are you valuing the people who are going to be consuming your content? Because when you put your audience, whether it's 100 people, whether it's 6,000, whether it's 200, if you put them above everyone around you, and I'm not meaning, don't be a dick, like don't go and push someone out of the shot or something. You just be like, hey, once you're done shooting, I've got this idea, I'd really like to just snap it quickly, would you mind? And you get it done. If you can prioritize your audience, the people you're following, I mean, the people who are following you, then getting the shot doesn't matter. And I understand that you're still at school, so I'd use your Saturday and Sunday to do that. Check if you can get a ride, or meet up with friends, or I mean, like, fashion is so broad, so I mean, maybe you need to take some time to find out what it is that you're actually wanting to do, and then just, like I mentioned previously, shoot 8 pieces, 7 pieces of content. Do it all. Snap your shoes, snap your clothes, snap the hat, snap the location, snap your friend, snap a selfie, bam, you got 7 pieces of content. Do. And you also want, like, that feeling of like, ooh, I look like such a freaking wanker walking around with my phone like this, talking to it. But I know that like 6,000 people are watching me, so that 2 people are looking at me funny. Fuck off. I don't care. Like, you guys are what matter to me. And if they want to judge me, there's gonna come a time when everybody is daily vlogging, and it's gonna be normal, And people are gonna go, why didn't I get started? Why didn't I get started? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I write that thing? Now I'm 40. I have 2 kids. Oh, I don't have time. And even at 40, you're still young. Like, so I think like, don't stress about it being perfect again. He's getting comfortable.
I see, so.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, else I can hope? We've got like 7 minutes left. Let me.
Insights, like when you go to the insights, like,
Yeah.
do you visit them
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. There we go.
To check.
We have to kiss now.
Yeah, so it's because like there was someone who was doing like what is it? Analytics, yeah.
That's the same as the insights, yeah.
Insights, yeah. Whereby you go, you can also see people that are visiting your site. Like
Yeah.
how many, and then you know the females. Like I was shocked now when you come to my insights, like 50-something% it's males.
53, yeah.
I thought it was women, so that's very helpful. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's also like, it's great to know that
Yeah.
and have your KPI. Do you guys know what a KPI is? A key performance indicator. So it's like what you look for to see if you're winning. So like for me, my KPI is level of engagement. How many people are talking to me? How many people are commenting? Forget the likes, forget the followers. My KPI is how engaged is my audience. How many people are DMing me? How many, you know, that's my KPI.
Yeah.
So for your KPI, you need to establish what that is. But I would say, don't get too caught up in the analytics. Listen to what people are saying when they're commenting on something.
Sure.
And then go and message them. If you got like no audience, I would do this when I started out when I had 300 followers. I would DM people and say, thank you so much for commenting on my thing. Now I don't have time to do that now, but I will comment back on every comment. So like, don't worry about the big analytics. Listen to what people are saying on a day-to-day basis. Oh, you like that? Okay, I'm gonna go do more of that. Saturday, come on boys, let's go. Let's sing that song. They like that one. Put a spin on it, you know?
Because what I've noticed is that like people like you get like 100 likes, but they don't buy tickets to an event, you know.
That's because, bro, that's what it's about. Like, I don't know if you guys know the rapper Russ. He gets a lot of hate. He says you got all these followers, but they all fake. You got 1 million followers, but you can't even sell out your basement. And that's the point. Is like getting caught up in that analytics, the numbers. Oh, 100 people liked, or I got 6,000 followers. How many people are actually going to convert? That's why it's important to measure engagement and give back to those people specifically. Like, I don't care that I just passed 6K or I've got 9,000 of it. Like, I've got 4 of you here. How can I add value to the 4 that are here? How can I add value to the 2 people who commented? You know? And it's also, don't expect. Are you expecting people to buy your tickets? Because then you've lost. It's give. Ask, don't expect. Take a step back. When you expect something, you've lost. The same thing in a relationship. You know, if you think someone's gonna buy you dinner and they don't buy you dinner, you're upset. If you don't think they're gonna buy you dinner, you don't give a shit. You know. Same thing. I will go deep into your audience. I find out who's listening to your things. When somebody listens to it, ask them which part did you like the most. You know, like and I'll do this quickly. For growing your Instagram, there's something called the $80 strategy. If you don't know what it is, send me a DM and I'll send you the link to the video I made about it. But $80 strategy. The idea behind it is that you go and interact with people. I'm not going to get too bogged down on it, but the point is you go and interact with people, and the one thing I like to do is ask people questions. Like, but a genuine question, not like, how old are you or something. Like, ask them like, why did you say that? Like, what makes you and go deep into that. One thing I did is when I started my merch, when I started selling hoodies and t-shirts, I would message followers and I'd say, look, do you think this is too much for a hoodie? Or before I even asking them, I'd say, how much would you pay for a custom hoodie? Let them tell you. Maybe ask them, how much do you think is reasonable for a 3-hour show? Don't know how much you charge? Ask them. You know, maybe your tickets are too expensive. Maybe, you know, I get right into your damn audience. I find out as much as I can about them. I don't know if you've got a Wi-Fi connection, maybe if you can go to a cafe or something. Spend all your time online. Or if you're not taking care of your family, all your time needs to be online. Because it's free. You don't have to go and get signed to a label now. You don't have to go and like, you know, like everything's free. It's the greatest opportunity. You know, like nothing's standing in your way.
Why are you not taking it?
Yeah. It's scary shit when you think it's gonna...
I noticed you also, like, a lot of people use hashtags, but the thing is with hashtags, you get a lot of bots.
You do, but it doesn't. That still makes you trend higher. Like, it's once again, like, if you've got something that's gonna help you, why not do it? Like, it drives me crazy. Like, some chick will message me and she's like, "Oh, I only got like 50 likes." I'm like, "Oh, you used 2 hashtags." And she's like, "Okay, I'll use more." Next day she uses 5. I'm like, "You can use 30. I just told you." Like, why not exploit everything? And that's the thing is, people always bash self-promotion. They're like, "Oh, you're so vain. You always talk about yourself." But only negative if your product is shit. If you believe in what you're talking about, same thing. If like, do you feel good about what you're talking about? Do you feel good about what you're putting out?
Wolf of Wall Street, tell me this guy.
I can, just not now.
Yeah. So I would just,
So to kickstart, like, is it like there's someone always behind the camera? Like when it comes to setting up a team, like which can be the.
I think you're jumping the gun. Like when you get to the point that you have enough money to hire a team, you can take it from there. Like and start. You've got a smartphone. Like what team do you need?
Sure.
You know, like.
You're all the team.
And I think it's sorry, go for it.
The most I have is me and my cousin. That's all the pictures that I've done. Before crying about the picture that I sent you, right?
Yeah.
It's literally in the field next to my highway.
But you see, nobody knows that.
Literally, my one friend says that field looks familiar. It's like,
Perspective manipulation.
yeah. The only difference is that I actually made him drop into the flowers. So you actually just need to make sure that it looks good, so that they actually want to see it and actually thinking, okay, let me see what I can do with this.
Like there was this, I don't know, like way back, like I said, like 3 months ago when I lived at my old house.
Yeah.
It looked really crappy in the yard, but there was like this one piece of heaven that I liked. So it was just like this tree with a purple flower and like the sky. And then you like literally just tilt the camera, and no one has to know. It's just like that's your little piece of heaven. Take a picture.
And I think also just start sharing the story that's true to you.
Yeah.
I like on yours that you have a bit about your family and stuff like that. It's relatable, you know?
It makes you a real person, an actual person.
And stop saying that you've got there, rather say, and not that you say that you've got there, but like show your process of getting there. Because then people, you know, there's nothing stopping you from logging onto Facebook and saying, "Guys, look, we've got this big event coming up. I really want to get as many people as possible. I'm struggling. How can I add value to make you guys come?" Be real. You know what I mean? Like, be open with people. You like, "Oh man, I only got 5 people who read my article on this thing. What do you guys want to hear more about? You know, this is my latest design. You know, do you guys want me to do more activewear? Do you want me to do more haute couture? Like, you know, like." It goes back into your audience, like get into them, and show your process, show your process. Don't get fancy with it, like put out the best content that you can, and then immediately do more.
I think the best thing for us all to do right now, though, is just to stop.
Yeah.
I think the problem with me was like I always wanted to be perfect, which is something we always want to like. Best picture that I want to take out there. Like I would take a couple of pictures and then I would choose the best one, also with the video and everything. So I think the important thing is like be yourself, like just.
And stop being hard on yourself. And I mean, take multiple pictures. I mean, I did a trip recently for 3 days up Jacob's Bay. I shot 1,200 photos. Like that's a lot of, but like you go through it. And then you put it up. And if you're feeling, "Oh, this is such a challenge, like I don't want to do this," then maybe you're not doing the right thing. That's what comes down to, is this your passion? I can't wait to go and shoot 3,000 photos because I know that I give a crap about what I'm doing. So, but it's a good point. It's like, just get started and like adapt along.
Also know that perfection is unattainable, and also you are perfect.
Yeah.
Literally, you are perfect. Like look in the mirror and just be like, "You're perfect."
Obviously, that one as well.
Yeah, it just is like let the audience tell you if it's good or not. How do you know? Like you might like a photo, you might be like, "I thought these shoes were fucking cool with this outfit." He's like, "What are you doing?" Like, it's subjective, you know. Like how do you just do you and move on?
And you see, also like for him, what I think he's afraid of is even though he's gonna put out what he cares about and what he likes, like those subjective things. You need to that there's obviously a balance. So like he asked him about his shoes. So you're gonna dress for yourself, right? And there's gonna be people who like it, people who don't like it, but that's your authentic self.
Yeah.
You don't really have to care about the opinions that don't do you justice, but the ones that do capitalize on that and then do better on that, like build more.
Yeah, it's exactly. Go deep on the 3 people that are listening.
Sure. And focus.
Yeah.
Not because outfit looks bad, but I just wouldn't do the shoes with it.
You see, and that's fine. Like, you know, like, but I don't. I wanted to. I put it out. Cool. Now I know. Okay. When I see Caleb next time, I'm gonna wear sneakers. Like, you know, like adapt. Guys, that is it. I am so fucking grateful. Thank you so much for coming out and giving me 2 hours of your life. I really do appreciate it.
No, reverse that. Thank you.
I didn't give it straight. Guys, yeah, and if you have any like questions, just hit me up. All my details on the bottom. I hope it added value.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Going through the motions got me feeling so motionless. Had lost of words, probably why we haven't spoken since the last time. But that was the last time. I'm hot as my last rhyme, and fuck it, I'm so over this.